Level 90, a mission in Mordona. The fresh-faced student's face lights up at the sight of you. Ah, welcome back. Are you perchance here to see Kryl? I'm given to understand she has a task for which she desires your assistance. And I shall fetch her at once. Pray, wait a moment. My thanks for coming. If you're now available, I'd like you and Raha to assist me in the task I had mentioned. For you to call on Zilly, I assume the task in question is somewhat more exciting than sorting through paperwork, which I am pleased to add I have finished. So if Zilly is ready, then so am I. Our venture to the bounty has only served to whet my appetite for field work. Not to oversell things, but I suspect you won't be disappointed. Ere I divulge the details, however, permit me to provide some background. Did you know our organization, the Students of Baldesion, was founded by my grandfather, Galuf? Our stated mission was to uncover the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpret her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. We've since learned the whole truth, and it might be said that we fulfilled our mission, but our work is far from over. In the course of our endeavors, we've also sought to devise countermeasures against threats that come to light. Our involvement with the Warring Triad is an example of such. It is my belief that, in continuing to seek out the unknown and dealing with threats, we best carry on the student's mission. We best honor grandfather and his comrades who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the world. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. In saying all this, I simply wanted to clarify our organization's purpose for a new age. In line with said purpose, I've been reviewing new requests, and one in particular jumped out at me. It comes from none other than Rambros, the Sons of St. Coinach. Truly, has something happened in Mordona then? So it would seem, and he wishes to entrust the matter to us. While his missive is sparse on details, he writes that it lies beyond the Sun's expertise. Uncharted territory are the exact words he used. I'd like you to meet with Rambros and conduct a preliminary survey. What say you? Wonderful. When you are ready, pray make your way to Revenant's Toll. I shall let Rambros know to receive you there. I must remain here to oversee our operations, but should it transpire that more hands are needed, don't hesitate to send word. But there's no time like the present. If you could go on ahead to Revenant's Toll, I shall make ready and then be on my way. Mordona. There you are. 'Twould seem we're early. My apologies for the wait. Rambros, what a pleasure to see you again. How have you been? Pleasure is all mine, my friend. I've been well, and it gladdens me to see that you are too. Now, I know you have many deeds upon your time, so I shall explain the particulars of our request at once. Recently, an explorer came to us who claimed to have discovered the Phantom Realm. Phantom Realm? Phantom Realm? So this is what you meant by uncharted territory. You're not familiar? Perhaps unsurprising, given that it is a lesser-known legend. This legend holds that across Eorzea there exists a realm that appears as a mirage. Though visible from a distance, it fades away as one draws near. While it has featured in myths since ancient times, the realm's existence could not be proven, and thus it is seldom mentioned in literature. In spite of this, fueled by rumors of the occasional sighting, the myth has persisted and continues to capture the hearts and minds of explorers. That you yourself should reach out to us, it is real then? When first the explorer in question approached us, we doubted him, but we couldn't doubt the evidence of our senses. Nay, the realm is real, as you will soon see for yourselves. Good gods, a part of me still struggles to believe it, but we have no reason to doubt you. Suffice it to say, we are eager to see the realm too. Whatever truth awaits, I pray you will succeed in finding it. Seek out the explorer, one Derek. He has seen more of the realm than us and should be willing to serve as your guide. Asked him to accompany me here, but he preferred to continue exploring on his own. He will be somewhere near the banks of Silvertear Lake, I expect. Understood. Our thanks, Rambrose. Come, let us split up and look for our explorer. The explorer doesn't appear to be in the area. The explorer doesn't appear to be in the area. Maybe Apo Apo. See a small Apo Apo. It couldn't possibly be the explorer, or could it? Just in case you were entertaining the thought that Apo Apo isn't our explorer, I have the man in question here with me. I am Derek, the one who discovered the Phantom Realm. My apologies for making you search for me. Curious about this creature, are you? I found him injured during one of my journeys and tended to him. Since then, he has taken to me, following me around. He's inquisitive but otherwise harmless, so pray pay him no mind. You are the hero who delivered our star from doom, are you not? What good fortune that one as capable as you should lend her aid. To be clear, our organization has yet to accept the commission. Before we can make a decision, we would conduct a preliminary survey. Will you guide us to the Phantom Realm? Of course, I will show you to the entrance at once. Gate to a realm long dreamed of by explorers. What are you? Impressive, isn't it? When the gate manifested, so too did this magic, allowing one to thus walk upon water. You sure it's safe? This is just like Urianje's spell. Someone conceived the means to do this at will, an intriguing individual. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Come. By the 12, you truly can walk here. What magic is this? By what means is it perpetuated? Forgive me, let us continue on. Hmm. This is the Phantom Realm. The Omphalos. To think that the entrance would lie over Silvertear Lake. There's nothing out of the ordinary with the environment. The sights, the sounds, the smells all appear as they should and be in nature. That is to say, this place is no illusion. I bid you welcome to the navel of the Phantom Realm, the Omphalos. The Omphalos, you say this place is called? Name of my own conception, I confess. I felt we needed something to call it by, lest you wonder the word means navel in an ancient tongue, an allusion to Mordona's location in the heart of Aldenor. As you can see, there are man-made structures and the place appears well kept, yet there isn't a single soul in evidence. It is my hope that you will help me to shed light upon this realm, to learn who created it and to what end. I'd also like to know why it has revealed itself now. Was it simply chance that kept it hidden or something more? In any case, let us begin by taking a look around. In the distance, you see what appears to be the Crystal Tower. Though the clouds makes it difficult to be sure, it would seem that you are in the sky above Silvertear Lake. No such isle could be seen from the outside, however. Interesting. Serious monument. Looks like an aetherite. Stone monument has been erected here, by whose hand you cannot say, but the motifs wrought into the base appear familiar. A number of structures such as this can be seen in the area. What purpose could they possibly serve? The architecture is unlike anything seen in Eorzea, truly exquisite stuff. Finished looking around, have you? What are your impressions? We have had only a cursory glance, but this is truly a mysterious place. Gleaming spire rising beyond the clouds, that is most certainly the Crystal Tower. Judging by its aspect, we are a considerable distance above Silvertear Lake, which would suggest the gate we entered is a teleporter. However, if this isle lies where it appears to lie, then it couldn't have escaped the Battle of Silvertear skies unscathed. Which is to say, we are in Mordona, and yet we are not. It is as if we were displaced from our world, if only slightly. Displaced as an apt way to put it. Was there aught else you noticed? Aye, the motifs upon yonder structure. They are unmistakably the marks of the 12. Oh, okay. Like the home of the gods. By which I posit that this was created to be a place of worship. But by whom? I cannot think of any who could have possibly built such a grand premises, never mind magically conceal it, at least not in the wake of Battle of Silvertear skies. Aye, this is a mysterious place indeed. Level 90, a mission in Mordona, complete. Level 90, the realm of the gods. Gratia is pondering how best to proceed. Well, it seems there is but one solution for our ignorance, a thorough investigation. For this, we will require more manpower and supplies, among other things. With your permission, we will confer with our representative, Kryl, and make the necessary arrangements for a formal investigation. If that is what must be done to commence your work in earnest, then by all means. Without further ado, then, let us return to Sharlayan. Hold, mortals. You profane this sacred realm with your very presence and must answer for your irreverence. I am Byragot, the Builder. Oh, are these like the actual, like, gods? The 12? Byragot, then the 12 are real. Let there be no doubt, we are not simulacra born of mortal faith. Nay, we 12 are divinities true. And in Hydaelyn's absence, we are the star's rightful rulers, its will. Closely have we watched mankind, and we have determined that you, champion of Hydaelyn, pose a threat to our ascension. You were foolish to wander into our realm. We could destroy you with ease here and now, but as divinities, we must demonstrate grace and forbearance. There's but one path. We must weigh this mortal's worth. Here, here, let there be a trial. While the mortal would invariably be destroyed, it would at least provide us with a diversion. What? You suddenly appear and expect us to simply comply with your whims? Protest if you wish, but mortal logic means naught to gods. You will abide by our laws. The gateway to our sanctums lies open. Show us the strength of mankind. Show us the honor of mankind. Show us the spirit of mankind. If man would remain the master of his own destiny, then assemble your comrades and come. Come and prove your worthiness. Seven hells. During my previous forays, nothing like this ever happened. I encountered not a single soul, and certainly not gods. And by their own admission, they mean to take over the star. What are we to do? The situation has indeed taken an unexpected turn, but we must try to think clearly. 12 have long been revered and worshipped in Eorzea, and myths about them abound. But to my knowledge, they have never thus appeared so openly before people. For these beings to suddenly reveal themselves just when we're here, claim supremacy over the star, and challenge Zilly to a trial. Too much about this feels odd, and it gives me pause. Fair enough, yet as it stands, it seems we can't dismiss the threat either. Whatever they are, if they're issuing a challenge, then challenge accepted. Gaius Van Belsar once said the 12 too were simply primals. This is turning out to be another strange affair. Throw the primals thing out there and see. It's true that even Hydaelyn and Zodiac were primals, and we cannot discount the possibility, but we know too little to draw conclusions. In any event, if these beings seek dominion over the star as they say, what happens here may have far-reaching implications. To that end, I believe we should take action. Suffice it to say, you are with me. Then the students at Baldesion will officially tend to the situation. In the course of studying the star's mysteries, we have undertaken to deal with any threats that may arise. This is no different. Mm-hmm. Right, let us deliberate a course of action. Derek, know you aught of these beings' sanctums? Aye, they are domains in the phantom realm that lie beyond each gate. I've explored them all. Perhaps due to etheric instability, there are times when one can enter when ordinarily one cannot, but 'twould seem the way has been open for us. While I encountered no gods during my previous forays, I saw enough to know my way around. I am but a humble explorer and cannot contend with gods, but if you would be willing to protect me, I will serve as your guide. Symbol of your comrades, Beauregard bade us. As strong as I know you are, we know little and less about our foes, neither their strength nor their true nature. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to contend with them unprepared. And so, as much as I would like to accompany you, I shall do what affords us the best chance at victory. You set forth to answer the gods' challenge. I will work behind the scenes in my capacity as a student. For one, it would behoove us to arm ourselves with knowledge about the 12, and I shall begin by apprising Kryl of the situation. By thus utilizing our resources to the fullest, we shall overcome whatever trials await us. Aglaia, now accessible. Duty Finder has been updated with a new regular duty. Okay. A time like the present. Level 90. Aglaia. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I'm going to say it. In the course of investigating the legendary Phantom Realm on behalf of the students of Baldesion, you have encountered 4 mysterious beings who claim to be of the 12, the guardian deities of Eorzean myth. They declare that in Heidelin's absence, they are the rightful rulers of the star, and you must prove your strength if mankind is to remain the master of his own destiny. While you know precious little about these self-proclaimed divinities, the potential threat they pose cannot be denied, so it is that you resolve to answer their challenge and prepare for a foray into their sanctum. Level 90, Aglaia. Commence. Try this again. Nobody withdraws this time. Here we go. Night party. Cool party. Aglaia. Oh, that's like the one in Rauger's Reach. That Rauger? Like, Beauregard is here. I shouldn't doubt. I think I've heard Beauregard before. It's like it's an action when you're crafting.
You are resolved to face me.
Yep, right into it, huh?
Come, children of man. Scatter!
the hell are we supposed to go? Oh, I could have. Everybody's just standing in the thing. Okay. I should have known I was in the wrong spot. Okay. I wasn't the only one who got it wrong. Okay. I'm gonna run out of MP.
If you would halt on ascension, then press on.
Okay, well that wasn't too bad. Didn't expect to die on the first one, but what can you do, right? Yeah, it was an obvious mistake.
The builder has been made to yield.
Is this Rauger?
Intriguing. Then the destroyer shall take your measure. After you have provided my servant with some sport.
Okay, what do we do with those? Okay. Get that. Okay. Out of destruction.
Ahead stands a statue I have fashioned for our contest.
Apparently the god of humility too, right? Like, we already had the asset.
Come, show me the strength of mankind. Upon the ground you shall crawl. By my authority as the destroyer. I will break you body and
Do we know which side to take? Okay, he's charging that one. I can barely see with all the damn people.
Wandering star, descend and destroy. Keep a reverent distance.
This one's fun. I like fighting on the hand. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, but... They all curl up? Okay. I guess the knockback is useful for just about every finger.
Could you predict your own undoing?
How's everybody going? Okay, I missed what that mechanic was, because it looked like something we should run from.
Most impressive. Children of man.
Come, mortals, enter my realm, if you dare.
All right. Other domain, one aspected to fire. Is that it? Did I missed the first chest? Or was that the first chest? The reason we killed this one first? Right? What's next? Your minions are no match for you, it would seem. Same, I think that's the one I picked.
By the light of the sun.
He's a fiery one.
Crimson path, in fire woven. In your wake leave naught uncleansed. just a mirage, or something more. Explosive finish!
Yeah. Trying. Trying my best. Get out of there, thing. Keep forgetting I can flip back.
I've quite warmed to you.
I walked right into that one.
Let there be fire. Raging flames dance upon the wind. None can escape the inferno.
What are we supposed to be doing here? Oh. Okay. I think I get it.
This will burn. Ever shall the fires burn.
So far, so good. Not gonna bother looking at him. We need gear. We need better gear than we can get here, probably, but won't hurt to pick stuff up.
I am Null, keeper of the realm of the living.
I am Thal, keeper of the realm of the dead.
Win Hall. The traders, Nalthal.
Prepare to be judged, children of man.
Okay, let's do it. Mapping the realm, Aglaia.
But will you be able to comprehend?
Golden Tenant. There's like a lot going on right now. What are we supposed to do with these? I have no clue what we're supposed to do with.
The flames of the abyss consume all.
Nope, didn't get out of it.
Bitterest suffering awaits.
Just see everybody running, that's all. It's just merry-go-round. Can't cast spells if we keep running.
From ashes you came, to ashes you will return. Will you weather my trial? We have only just begun.
Nice. Divine intervention. Okay, there's a lot of... I wasn't quite sure what was going on.
You have been found
Worthy. But overall, I enjoyed it. We only died on the first boss. That was my fault. And it was pretty obvious. That, yeah, I still need to learn some of the mechanics. Yay. Nice. Finally happy after a duty. Been forever. Like Stormblood. Aglaia complete. Okay, player commendation. We'll do Black Mage. Okay, we're gonna need all of these. Gonna give us more than we can handle. 41 points. Why are we? Is it normal for us to roll the same thing on all of them? Hail of Scouting. Well, that's not bad. I don't know if it's really me, but it is the Azima. Of that. People in chat trying to say what they want. If I get this one, I can make an outfit out of it. I don't know if it'll be good or not. Be something. We get most of an outfit. I didn't get any of the cards or cards or minions, or I'm sure we'll end up doing it another like billion times. So, all right. Continuing on with the story. You're safe, thank goodness. I rushed here as soon as I heard the tidings from Raha. Is this true? Beings claiming to be the 12 have appeared? Oh, some of them are gone now. You defeated them all? Incredible. I had no doubt that you would succeed, but I'm no less impressed for it. Ha 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 ha. Seldom have I felt such exhilaration. My Rauga. Balls, balls. To think that the day would come that we would put on an act for men. I must say, Beauregard, you played the villain's role to perfection. Come now, Master, I merely did what was necessary to compel the mortals to confront us. Still, it pained me to speak to our beloved children so unkindly. So you say, Azima, yet you seemed happy enough to fight them. You did not forget the true purpose of the trial, I hope. Well, I couldn't help but be excited, and do not tell me you felt differently. Consider yourselves fortunate, children. 'Tis rare indeed to see Nalthal in such high spirits. What in the world is happening? Didn't you say you had defeated them? They managed to flee, or perhaps were resummoned? Put up your weapons. You have naught to fear from us. Rest assured, we are not summoned beings. We do not drain the land of ether, nor do we take men into our thrall. But what of the gods who were summoned during the calamity? The ones Master Louis Soir called forth to protect the realm. That was not us, but a primal born of your fervent prayers for salvation. Indeed, that the worst of the calamity was averted and the realm restored in its aftermath was a direct testament to the power of your hopes. If you aren't primals, then what are you? Do you truly intend to rule the world? Why choose to appear before us now? Just as men harbor hopes, so too do we gods. To realize our aspirations, 'tis essential that we do battle with you. Thus did I falsely claim that we sought to rule the world. It was deceitful conduct unworthy of a divinity, and I must apologize, not only for that, but for using my power to do harm besides. These hopes of yours, won't you tell us what they are? We cannot. If you wish to know the truth, you must discover it for yourselves. It is not easy to move forward when there is seemingly no destination, but if you press on, you will eventually arrive at the answers you seek. Aye, you will understand why we hold our peace and far more besides. You will learn the very truth of our existence. Go forth, mortals, and seek knowledge of us, and when the time is right, we shall meet again in this place. As if hearing about your battling the 12 weren't shocking enough to have them appear before my very eyes, suffice it to say, it's been an interesting day. While much about them remains shrouded in mystery, at least they seem open to reason, and considering our next step, I should very much like to hear your detailed account of them. Right after I have word with our client, that is, please give me a moment to introduce myself, and then we can review the situation. Level 90, the Realm of the Gods, complete. Level 90, a Divine Dilemma. Cryo wishes to take stock of the situation. Greetings, I am Cryle of the Students of Baldesion. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Derek, the explorer who sought aid in investigating this place? Hi, I am Derek, and this here is a baby Oppo Oppo. That thing gonna turn out to be like the real god? Yes, I can see that. Doesn't it have a name? None that I know of, nor would I presume to bestow one, for that would be condescending. I see, that's very considerate of you. So I understand you explored the various Phantom Realms with Derek. Will you recount to me the experience? So while the gods tested you sorely, you did not sense any malicious intent. As Beauregard said, they wish to do battle with us, but it would seem they do not necessarily wish to cause us harm. So much and more about this perplexes. Mayhap 'tis safe to assume they are not primals? You may recall, Livingway once told us that the art of summoning as taught by the Ascians incorporates the fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Thus do the resultant primals seek to enthrall worshippers, who in turn seek to grow their ranks. These beings appear to harbor no such desire. If they are primals, then they are unlike those that have been summoned in recent memory. You might suppose that they were created in antiquity in like manner to Heidelin, but there is no way to prove it. Who could they possibly be, and why do they desire battle with man? Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little, the true identities of the 12, for instance. Mitzelk did say that, didn't he? By which we may assume he knew the truth and challenged you to seek it out too. Suffice it to say, you'll do so, of course. Insofar as we can ascertain, this is a matter which has implications for the entire star. In light of this, the students of Baldesion formally accept the commission. We will investigate the Phantom Realm and the beings who call themselves the 12. I'm pleased to hear that. Thank you. Without further ado, then, I will take a look around. There are a few things I'm curious about. Then, with your permission, I will take myself around Eorzea and investigate the worship of those gods we encountered. Silly Derek, seeing as you've already seen this place, would you care to accompany me? By all means, in which case... You stay here with Cryo, my friend? It wouldn't do to leave a fair maiden alone. Ook, ook. I must have said okay. Okay, okay. Hey, I shall be glad for the company. Take care then, and good luck. Okay, okay. So, to explain my plan, it is believed that the 12 were already worshipped during the Third Astral Era when the Allegan Empire flourished. From the Fifth Astral Era, those nations that fought in the War of the Magi each took one of the 12 as a guardian deity. This practice has continued to the present day in Eorzea, with some notable regional differences. For instance, Ishgardians hold Halone as absolute, while Sharlayans enjoy a moderate relationship with Thaliak. By visiting various locations in Eorzea and learning about the 12 as they are worshipped, I hope to identify any similarities or differences between them and the beings we encountered. In so doing, I believe we will draw closer to the truth of their identities. For our first destination, I propose we take ourselves to Rauger's Reach. The place is holy ground for worshippers of the Destroyer and promises to yield useful details. know why I'm running. Oh, I can't, but I can still go faster. Wow. There you are. This place served as the base of operations for your investigation into Omega, did it not? How delightful to be here together. If you don't mind my making an observation, it seems you enjoy traveling with company. I do. It's something I had dreamed of for a long time. There's nothing like traveling with good friends. I enjoy company, but sometimes I prefer my own. Is that so? What of yourself? Do you normally travel alone? Aye, in the wanderings, I much prefer to have solitude. Not that I avoid people or communities, mind you. As a matter of fact, I've been here before on the trail of a phantom realm. Now that I think on it, more often than not, there's places where phantom realm sightings are known to occur have tradition of 12 worship. And I dare to hope that we are on the right track. As I'm sure you know, Rauger's Reach is home to the Temple of the Fist, the ancient headquarters of the Fist of Rauger. Raised by the Mad King Theodoric, the temple lay abandoned before the Alamegan resistance claimed it for its operations. While I doubt that much literature has survived over the years, the people here may possess some knowledge of the local faith. Let us split up and make inquiries and reconvene here afterwards to share findings. Oh, if it isn't Zilly, is this man perchance a friend of yours? Last he visited, he shared with me tales he heard on his journeys, and what an amazing tales they were. If you have time, I'd love to hear both of your stories. Alas, we're in some haste. We're investigating the worship of Rauger and seek literature on the subject, religious text and the like. Can any still be found here? Just about all of it is gone, sadly, destroyed by the Empire, if not the Mad King before that. But we haven't lost everything, the mighty image of the Destroyer, the tales we share at the campfire, like the legend of our nation's founding. We still have these things, and they were a source of great comfort and strength to us in our darkest moments. If you don't mind, I would be obliged to hear your stories this time. Rest assured, I have this well in hand. Feel free to carry on as you were. I don't guess there's any in the water. Missing ones. Look something. Oh. This. Okay. You read the words inscribed on the monument. Storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measures of his. Once upon a time, Lise explained to you their meaning, that we must prepare ourselves for the strife and sorrow that will inevitably come. Yes, if you have business, please make it quick. I'm due to meet with someone any moment now. Forgive me my delay. Why, if it isn't the adventurer who kindly escorted me to the Temple of the Fist, are you studying monks too, perchance? So you ought to work together with me and my colleague here. Few things are finer than joining heads with like-minded folk. Researching the worship of the Destroyer, you say? Why didn't you mention it sooner? This is a copy of Destructivity, a scripture of the Fist of Rauger. The original is one of the few texts that survived the temple's razing and was recovered by a monk named Wiedergelt. Oh, he's monk missions job quest. I went to the trouble of having this made for my colleague, only for her to say she doesn't need it, so I will offer it to you instead. Lest you forget, this is your passion, not mine. I'm simply assisting you as a favor, and I'd thank you not to put us in danger. Ah, but danger is the crucible in which the monk tempers body and mind. So sublime, monks. Well, we had best return to our work. Till next time, adventurer. Silly, what were you able to learn? Copy of one of the scriptures, you say? A moment while I skim over it. I see this chapter appears to be a record of the construction of the great image of Rauger, written in a style that suggests folklore was committed to parchment. In the deluge of the Sixth Umbral Calamity threatened Eorzea, the ancestors of the Alamegans were guided to safety by a comet. Believing that it was sent by Rauger, they came to hold him in the highest. This much of the tale I had been familiar with. But according to the scripture, among those refugees who followed the comet, some claim to have caught sight of Rauger himself. Their accounts were passed down through the centuries, and worshippers of the Destroyer pieced them together to give shape to yonder statue. I must say, it bears more than a passing resemblance to the being we encountered. For that Rauger a primal, the explanation for the similarities would be simple. That is, the statue gives rise to the unified interpretation of Rauger's appearance, which in turn lends form to the primal. However, this fails to account for what inspired the likeness in the first place. If the scripture is to be believed, it was the sightings during the Sixth Umbral Calamity. Yet for those witnesses to be able to recognize Rauger, they would have needed an agreed-upon idea of his appearance beforehand. If we then consider the history of 12 worship, that it already existed in the Third Astral Era, it would not be ridiculous to think that these divinities existed even prior to that. The question is, did these beings give rise to their respective faiths, or are the primals born of them? I thought we had made it clear, we are not summoned beings. He also lied to us the first time. Since time immemorial, our domains have lain scattered across Eorzea. As a matter of fact, one of those in which you set foot is nearby. It is not unusual for mortals to glimpse us. That voice, could they be? Indeed, I am Beauregard, and a hawk beside me is Rauger. I shall elaborate upon my master's explanation. We thus disguise ourselves when we wish to observe the world without, for being seen in our true forms would violate our laws of conduct. Yet though we similarly disguise our sanctums, veiling them in illusion, rents are known to manifest when the surrounding ether is unstable. At such times, should a gifted mortal chance to be near, they may inadvertently catch sight of us. Of course, during an umbral calamity, etheric imbalance occurs on a star-wide scale, the ideal condition for seeing the Phantom Realm. Precisely how many times have we have been seen, or we ourselves have no way of knowing, but that is a sound assumption to make. Well, Beauregard, I believe that much shall suffice by way of an apology for our deception, shall we? Indeed, that is all we are at liberty to reveal. Fare you well, children of man. Aside from their reticence where it concerns their identity and objective, these divinities are certainly approachable. If what they said was true and their worship can be traced back to their sightings, it would serve to explain one thing. According to my research in the field of comparative mythology, Rauger is often observed to bear many similarities with Ramu. Assuming both were inspired by the Rauger of the Phantom Realm, their divergence may be attributable to differences in culture between man and sylph. Do you believe that they gave rise to the prevailing faiths of Eorzea? Given available evidence, yes, I am inclined to, yet none of this explains their presence. How and when did beings of such power come into existence? Oh, 'tis you, Cryo. Has something happened? Truly, very well. I shall take care of it. Krala has recruited an acquaintance to aid in our investigation, an authority on mythology. I must go and receive her at the Sunken Temple of Karn, where she is currently conducting fieldwork, after a brief detour to prepare a little something. Conveniently, Thanolin is home to countless adherents of Nalthal. While I tend to business, may I ask the two of you to make inquiries in Old Da. Very well. Excellent. I will join you as soon as I am able. By your leave. So it's to be just you and me in Old Da. Suppose it can't be helped. Level 90, a divine dilemma. Complete. Level 90, the face of an explorer. Apprehension is writ plain upon Derek's face. But strange manners for the one who proposed the survey to so promptly abandon it. I'll not lie, I am not given to working one-on-one with another, but I suppose I agreed to this arrangement. Well, we had best be on our way. As I recall, Milvaneth's Sacrarium is still closed for construction, so let us try our luck at Arzaneth Ossuary. You have no objection to traveling separately, I trust? Good, I shall see you in Old Da. Oh, you're here. The day of excuse me. The deific twins now Thal, here they worship Thal, who keeps the realm of the dead and weighs the worth of men's souls. In contrast, Nald keeps the world of the living and oversees their financial fortunes. The names are borne by many a location and religious organization. Some extremely wealthy and powerful exist to nurture faith in them. On the surface, it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Old Dog could be home to such spiritual people, but it is actually quite logical when one considers that their religion is, in essence, commerce. In any event, Nalthal is a truly unusual divinity. It was originally held to be one god, came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being possessed of two personalities. Did I mishear? Did he just say they encountered Nalthal? While his appearance differs somewhat to the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there are striking similarities in their nature. We're starting to attract attention. Perhaps we should avoid talking about that here. Forgive me, this is hardly the place for such a conversation. Let us continue it elsewhere. It was careless of me to openly speak of our encounter with a divinity within a place where he is worshipped. Hereon I shall exercise greater caution. Thank you for alerting me to my indiscretion and ask that you keep it between us. Now then, to finish our conversation, as I mentioned, though the Nalthal is worshipped by men appear somewhat different, there are undeniable similarities in their nature. I believe we may report this much to Grahatia. With that, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we might seek him out at the sunken temple. He mentioned needing to make a detour. Were we to set out now, we ought to be able to catch up to him. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, 'tis better to use our time productively. Wouldn't you agree? And let us head to the sunken temple of Karn at once. Okay. How is it? There we go. You're here, thank goodness. I found this woman collapsed, though I can see no obvious injuries. By her attire, she appears to be some manner of scholar. Water, food, in my bag, please. I see. May I trouble you to find her bag? I will stand lookout in the meantime. There we go. Examining the bag, you find a skin with a little water left, but there appears to be no provender. Now you decide to take the water to the woman. So thirsty, so hungry, Not enough. Food, I need food. I have naught save dried meat, tough as leather. Do you have anything easier to consume? Silly Derek, what are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady, Snowgim, I've brought you Archon loaf and coffee, made sweet and creamy, just as you like it. Ah, I am reborn, washed down with a sweet beverage. The life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Thank you, kind stranger. However, you knew my preferred source of sustenance. You are truly a godsend. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? I don't recall mentioning my field work. It's for my research into the Beladians' worship of Azema, you see. Haven't you heard from Gryle? The students are presently investigating the 12, and we would prevail upon your expertise. I introduce Snogam, expert mythologist. She is a collaborator of the students, and like many a Charlian scholar, is passionate about her endeavors to the point of forgetting to eat. Seeing as she has recovered, may I ask the two of you to tell her about the Phantom Realm? Twelve abide in the Phantom Realm, and you exchange not only words with them, but blows besides. Incredible. Your description of the domains, a thunderous tower in one and a sweltering city in another, are precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire are depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believed that there exist 7 heavens and 7 hells. Etherology has since established that departed souls return to the ethereal sea. But it seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of mortal imagination. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. But more than that, I'm dying to know more, which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, then, let us head to Omphalos. Gryle awaits us there. We gotta go to Mordona. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome, Snowgum. I'm glad you could join us. Snow Jim. Gryle, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job leading the students. May I say what a lovely place this is? At a glance, this appears to be the highest of the heavens of legend, the 7th heaven. And ooh, if those aren't symbols representing the other heavens, I take it those are their respective gateways. I should like to pay them all a visit. For Snow Jim's benefit, let us review what we have learned thus far and thence deliberate the next step. The gods reappeared before us in Rauger's Reach, though they were disguised as unassuming creatures. Their laws forbid them from showing their true forms outside their realm. Yet in the event the ambient ether becomes unstable, such as during an umbral calamity, it is possible for the realm and indeed the gods themselves to be glimpsed by mortals. Such sightings, we believe, have given rise to the various faiths practiced throughout Eorzea. We confirmed in Ul'dah the Nalthal worshipped by people and the Nalthal we encountered there have more similarities than they do differences. In the course of exploring the Omphalos, two things caught my attention. First is the gate which lies in the innermost area. If each of the other 6 gates lead to an elementally aspected heaven, and we stand in the 7th heaven as Snowjim says, what then lies beyond that last gate? Second is this monument. It harbors some manner of magic, unlike anything I've seen before. I will endeavor to decipher it, but it will take time. Divinities that have existed since time immemorial, who abide in domains resembling the heavens of legend, why have they chosen to reveal themselves to mortals seeking battle? Unless they favor us with more of their secrets, 'twould seem this monument holds the key to solving the mystery. Indeed, much and more yet lies beyond our understanding, but we'll keep chasing the truth together. I'm sure you'll agree, though, this is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. To which end, might I suggest we return to Revenant's Toll and have a rest before we embark on the next stage of our investigation? So rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I had fairly forgotten what it felt like. Indeed, and it's quite fitting that we should be doing so here at the 7th heaven. Fitting, that's an understatement if I have ever heard one. Seventh and highest of the heavens, which rules over the remaining 6, was right here in Mordona all this time. This isn't fitting, my friends, it's destiny. You are obviously well versed in the myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I should like to hear your thoughts on them. Invested as they are in their research, it doesn't take much to stoke their passions. My apologies if it makes you uncomfortable. Having always traveled alone, I'm admittedly not too familiar with such lively atmosphere, but I do not mislike it. By the way, the two of you arrived at the sunken temple rather quickly. Did something happen? Well, as pleasant as this has been, it's past time we return to the Annex. The paperwork for this commission isn't going to complete itself, alas. I shall take myself to the Omphalos. There's so much there that I'd like to see. And I believe I will go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. All right, do take care now. Oh, Zilly, it's pleasant, isn't it? The smells and sounds of a tavern, it makes one feel alive. Afterwards, stepping outside alone and breathing the cool air, I like that just as much. While we await developments, I shall remain here in Revenant's Toll. If there are any tidings, rest assured I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. I doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. Level 90, the face of an explorer, complete.